war in Ukraine is entering a decisive narrative phase. Moscow claims momentum on the battlefield. Kyiv warns of a longer and deadlier conflict ahead. On the same day, the two presidents delivered sharply opposing signals about where the war is heading next. Speaking at an expanded meeting of Russia's Defense Ministry Board, President Vladimir Putin said Russian forces now hold full strategic initiative across the front lines. He argued the past year marked a turning point and insisted Moscow can accelerate its offensive if required.
First, the goals of the special military operation will undoubtedly be achieved. We would prefer to do this and address the root causes of the conflict through diplomacy. If the opposing side and their foreign patrons refuse to engage in substantive discussions, Russia will achieve the liberation of its historical lands by military means.
Putin said Russia is expanding a security buffer zone and defeating Ukrainian forces, including Western-trained units. He also announced new submarines and surface ships have entered service, with the Oreshnik missile complex set to go on combat duty by the end of 2025. The message is clear. Moscow says it is prepared for a longer fight. The Kremlin also pushed back against claims that Russia poses a threat to Europe, calling such warnings fabricated and deliberate. Putin insisted Russia still favors diplomacy and a new Eurasian security architecture.
I have said repeatedly, this is a lie, nonsense, pure nonsense about some imaginary Russian threat to European countries. But this is being done quite deliberately. And the responsibility for the failure to seize these opportunities lies entirely with those who believed that they could speak to us through force.
In Kyiv, President Volodymyr Zelensky offered a starkly different interpretation. In his nightly address, he said Russia's rhetoric and military orders point to preparations for an even wider war next year, urging Western allies to stop misreading Moscow's intentions.
Today, we again heard signals from Moscow that they are preparing to make next year a year of war. And these signals are not only for us. It is crucial that our partners see them, and not only see them, but also respond. Especially partners in the United States, who often say that Russia wants to end the war. Yet the rhetoric and signals coming from Russia are the exact opposite, taking the form of official orders to their army.
Zelensky warned that Russia is using diplomatic language to disguise territorial ambitions, not only toward Ukraine, but potentially beyond. As both leaders harden their positions, the gap between claims of diplomacy and preparations for war continues to widen, leaving Western capitals facing urgent choices as the conflict moves toward another critical year.